In moments of tension, people reveal themselves not by what they say, but by how quickly they feel the need to speak. Words rush out to defend, to explain, to assert control. Yet, throughout history, the strongest minds have shared one unsettling trait: restraint. They did not rush to fill silence because they understood that silence itself was a form of power. Chapter 1: The Unspoken Advantage. In ancient Japan, silence was never accidental. It was cultivated deliberately, sharpened like a blade. Zen monks trained their minds to remain still amid chaos, while samurai learned that unnecessary speech exposed intention and weakened resolve. Miyamoto Musashi, Japan's most feared swordsman, wrote that excessive words dilute clarity and scatter the spirit. To speak less was not humility, but strategy. Chapter 2: A World That Fears Quiet. In the modern world lived a man named Daniel, surrounded by voices yet internally restless. He spoke often, explained himself repeatedly, and felt uneasy when conversations paused. Silence made him feel exposed, as if his value depended on constant expression. He believed that being heard meant being relevant, and relevance meant safety. Without realizing it, he had trained himself to fear quiet. Chapter 3: The First Crack. Daniel's turning point came not through ambition, but fatigue. One evening, unable to sleep, he encountered the teachings of Zen and the writings of Musashi. A single idea unsettled him. The disciplined mind does not rush outward. Musashi warned that the tongue often betrays the mind before the sword ever moves. Daniel sensed that his constant speaking was not strength, but avoidance. Chapter 4: Bushido and Restraint. Bushido, the way of the warrior, emphasized self-control above all else. Honor was measured not by reaction, but by composure. Samurai were trained to endure provocation without response, to absorb insult without movement. Silence allowed them to observe the situation clearly and act decisively when the moment arrived. Words were saved for necessity, not impulse. Chapter 5: The Inner Resistance. Daniel decided to test this discipline and immediately felt resistance. In meetings, he felt tension build as he withheld comments. In conversations, his body leaned forward, ready to speak, only to stop itself. Silence exposed his insecurity and his desire to be validated. Yet this discomfort revealed something important. He had been using words to escape self-awareness. Chapter 6: Zen and the Empty Space. Zen teaches that emptiness is not absence, but potential. Silence creates space for perception, patience, and truth. Daniel began to notice subtleties he had previously missed: tone shifts, pauses, unspoken intentions. The more he remained silent, the more clearly he saw. What once felt like weakness began to feel like grounding. Chapter 7: A Non-Negotiable Rule. The samurai did not rely on motivation, but systems. Daniel adopted a single non-negotiable practice. He would not speak unless his words improved clarity or resolved necessity. This rule eliminated impulsive speech and forced intention behind every sentence. Silence became his default, speech the exception. Over time, this simple discipline reshaped his identity. Chapter 8: The Weight of Fewer Words. As Daniel spoke less, his words began to carry weight. People listened more closely, sensing deliberation rather than urgency. Like a swordsman who strikes once without hesitation, his communication became precise. He no longer needed to explain himself repeatedly. His presence did the work his words once tried to accomplish. Chapter 9: Musashi's Invisible Edge. Musashi believed that true mastery appears ordinary on the surface. The strongest warrior blends into the environment, drawing no attention until action is required. Silence makes the mind unreadable and intentions concealed. In this way, quiet becomes an invisible edge. Daniel began to understand that restraint was not withdrawal, but control. Chapter 10: Elimination over addition. Modern thinking often seeks improvement through accumulation. Yet, Japanese philosophy teaches refinement through removal. By eliminating unnecessary speech, Daniel removed ego-driven reactions. Silence stripped away the need to perform and replaced it with presence. This subtraction strengthened him more than any addition ever had. What remained was clarity. Chapter 11: calm under pressure. In moments of stress, Daniel noticed a change. Where panic once pushed words forward, silence now steadied him. Like the concept of Gaiman, he endured discomfort without externalizing it. This internal stillness allowed better decisions. Silence trained his nervous system to remain stable under pressure. Chapter 12. Identity Shift. Over time, Daniel no longer thought of silence as a technique. It became part of who he was. He identified not as someone who needed to be heard, but as someone who chose when to speak. This identity shift mirrored the warrior's path, where discipline becomes character. Silence ceased to feel restrictive and became natural. Chapter 13. The quiet authority, Daniel learned, does not announce itself. It settles into a room without force. The disciplined mind commands respect through composure, not volume. This was the authority the samurai embodied and Zen refined. Silence carried certainty where words once carried doubt. Conclusion. The still center. The strongest minds do not compete for attention. They remain still while the world rushes past them. Silence sharpens perception, preserves energy, and reveals truth. In choosing to speak less, one learns to see more clearly and act more decisively. This is the discipline of silence, and it remains as powerful now as it was in the age of the warrior.